Well, and one of your athletes, whom you worked with and on the innovation and design team, just won an NBA title again, and Curry Flow 8, which was conceived out of a desire to really give athletes like Steph Curry peak performance, competitive mindset, things of that nature. What have you learned through your relationship with Steph Curry?
That's a good question. He's an amazing guy to work with, by the way. Super personable. What you see on TV is real. He's that genuinely nice of a gentleman, a guy. Look, we sat down with him when we first started that project, and we said, "Tell us what you need. You know, how do you play? What are the things you're hunting for?" And he had a phrase that he says, "It's all about the squeak." And we said, "What are you talking about?" And he says, "You think about basketball shoes on court, they squeak, 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 squeak." And so his entire career, he had played, and you kind of know where you're at based where the squeaks are going. And I said, "Well, you know that squeaking is losing, don't you?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And he's a big car guy. He's had GT3s and Audi, A8 R8s. And I says, "Well, what is it when a tire is spinning and making noise? What's going on?" He says, "Well, it's just not going anywhere." Well, that's what your sneakers are doing. You're sliding. So
Right.
squeaking is sliding. Because he told us another thing. He said, "If you guys just give me a second, just give me 1 second on the court that he's in control, then I can get a shot off. Because usually I can stop faster or accelerate quicker, and the other guy will fly past me." And if you watched, and there's so many instances when that exactly happened. And so the solution that we came up with, working with some great partners, was a sneaker that had no rubber anymore on the bottom. And it was a great concoction of lots of materials that all of a sudden it had a stick that was never mind. We initially were designing this for a running shoe. And then we kind of ended up on a basketball court. It's like, holy crap, what is this doing? Are we focused in the right place? And when we gave it to him the first time, after he told us what he was hunting for, his eyes got huge, because not only was it sticky and had great appearance, it was quiet. Mm-hmm. And he says, "Oh, I'd be like a ninja. No one would hear me coming." And every solution since, so that was the Curry 8. We're now working on the Curry 12 internally in the innovation team and continuing to advance the story. And he's hungry for new developments. For him, it's extending his career. And he says, "I'll be 34 and flying." When we did these shoes, he said, "I'm going to be 34 and flying." And sure enough, he is. And 4 times.
Oh, he's flying.
He is flying.
And he's not squeaking.
No, he's not squeaking. So
you've eliminated the squeak in basketball shoes. I mean, this is revolutionary.
It's pretty cool. And look, the last big, I mean, there are probably, you can kind of walk back like in any industry and find these pivotal moments when innovation kind of moved forward. And Chuck Taylor was when rubber was put on a shoe back in 1927, and probably when Air showed up in the 80s with kind of crosstown rivals. And now this one, it's a pivotal movement. And what's great is we have players in the NBA playing in these shoes now that they're not Under Armour athletes. They just want to play in the shoe because it's a great performing product.
It's amazing in many ways.